Hello, good evening, and welcome to the King Power Stadium here in Leicester. Leicester City against Liverpool, the big one, the massive one. This one is one that cannot be missed. Live commentary here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. We've hot-footed it from Goodison Park. It was a little bumpy, but we're here well in time for kick-off. They've just finished their warm-up routine now at the King Power. There's about 13 minutes before kick-off here. And the atmosphere is absolutely electric for this top of the table encounter. I cannot wait for the start. It should be an absolute crackerjack of a game. 2 live matches in one day. It's a fantastic atmosphere. The King Power always is on nights like this. Second against first, Leicester City against Liverpool, the new world champions, and we send our warmest congratulations to Jurgen Klopp's men on winning the World Cup Championships. First time we've had a chance to talk about their success. We did bring you the extra time part on Saturday. They headed back to Liverpool a few days ago, and now it's all about Boxing Day now. There's a midwinter plate coming over in February, I believe. So it's full on now to the end of January now for Liverpool. No Carabao Cup to worry about, but they've won 3 trophies in the calendar year. They'll look to cement their lead, which at the moment would be 13 points if they beat Leicester tonight. But if Leicester were to win, it would open it up not just for the Foxes, but for Manchester City, who in fact play tomorrow night against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Again, you can hear live on this YouTube channel. A marvellous occasion. The pyrotechnics and the floodlights are flashing all around me here. A very surreal experience to what we experienced at Goodison Park today, where Burnley lost by a goal to 0, but we're done by some iffy refereeing. Let me just tell you about the 2 teams. I will remind you the teams near the kick-off, but this is our Leicester lineup. Schmeichel in goals, then it's Pereira, Evans, Sonichu, Chilwell, Ndidi, Harvey Barnes, Payet, Praye, Tillemans, Maddison and Vardy. So as strong as Brendan Rodgers' side will go. Liverpool go strong as well, with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk, Andrew Robertson, Nabil Keita, Jordan Henderson the captain, Ronaldo, Salah, Firmino and Mane. On the bench for Leicester, Ward, Justin, Morgan, Gray, O'Brighton, Jose Perez and Chowdhury. For Liverpool, Adrian, James Milner, Adam Lallana, Jordan Sakiri, Divock Origi, and the 2 youngsters, Jones and Williams. Williams wears 48, Williams wears 76. The referee is Michael Oliver from County Durham, one of our top referees. The 2 assistants is Stuart Bird on the far side, Simon Bennett on the near. 4th official tonight, Craig Pawson. And our VAR referee, just like the other day, just like earlier today, Paul Tierney, doing a double shift just like me. This only difference is he's not moving grounds. He's at Stockley Park. He's really going to be earning his money today at Stockley Park. Paul Tierney. The atmosphere here for this game is superb. Can Liverpool go 13 points clear, or can Leicester cut the gap to 7? And Manchester City cut their gap to 8. Only if Leicester beat Liverpool. It will open it up a little bit. Liverpool have not been beaten in the league this season. They've only lost 2 competitive games. That was in the Champions League early on to Napoli, and of course the under-23 side losing 4-0 against Aston Villa in the Carabao competition. Mind you, that wasn't really a defeat that Jurgen Klopp inflicted on himself. He couldn't split himself down the middle. That was a defeat under the managership of Critchley there. Neil Critchley there, under-23 manager. Right, we're just going to take a 10-second break. We're just going to take a break for 5 seconds and reconvene. Don't go anywhere, because this game is going to be explosive. We know that. We're just going to leave you for a second. Join us again in a couple of minutes for live commentary. Leicester City against Liverpool coming up live in a couple of minutes from now. Welcome back again to the King Power Stadium, where we're waiting to start this, waiting for the teams to emerge from the tunnel opposite me over on the far side. It was a bumpy trip down from Goodison to the East Midlands today, but I'll tell you something, it's been well worth it here just to see the pyrotechnics itself and all that. But Jurgen Klopp's men, what an opportunity has arisen for them. They could go 13 points clear with a victory this evening, which would be an amazing achievement. They'd go probably half the season. I think they have already gone half the season unbeaten anyway. So they're still on to be invincible. Certainly in league football. They have lost a couple of games, as I said, competitively this season. And of course, needless to say, the comment section is open for business. Although I was very close to closing it tonight, because there was one or two people on the earlier broadcast who tried to fiddle around and say that there was a say the wrong score lines at the wrong time. I don't want any of that tonight. If it happens again tonight, then there will not be a comment section up for the Wolves Man City game tomorrow, and that would be a shame to all the really good people that tune in. And also keep your comments clean, because we are a family programme. I cannot stress that enough. So the Rutty's on, he's a moderator. New Kate will be on shortly, he's a moderator. Panini is a moderator. Absolutely none of us is a moderator. There's a lot of people who are moderators at the moment, so you have been warned. Leeds have drawn 1-1 with Preston. Dallas got an equaliser after Brown had opened the scoring for Preston, so a decent point there for Preston. Leeds will be a little bit annoyed that they haven't beaten Preston today. As at Old Trafford, Manchester United beat Newcastle by 4-1, having been behind early on in that game. I'll give you a full rundown of that at half-time, during the half-time sequence. And of course, earlier today there were wins for Crystal Palace against West Ham, Everton in our earlier game when they just about beat Burnley, plucky Burnley by 1-0. Spurs beating Brighton amongst others. But as I say, I'll give you a full rundown. You've already heard today. New Caton's a happy man because he's believing Manchester United have won. And Reading QPR will keep you updated. Russ is all by that one for us. 5 minutes gone, or 25 minutes gone in that game. That was a 7:30 kickoff, I think. And it's 0-0 between Reading and QPR, two teams who are struggling at the moment. Although QPR are having a good season by their standards, one of their standout players is certainly impressing in that QPR side, as the pyrotechnics. There's light flashes and pyrotechnics. There's fire displays everywhere you see. It's enough there to warm your cockles on a night like this, a Boxing Day cold night like this. And just listen to this noise. Sample the noise. King Power style. Listen to this. That's the noise in the background, the King Power Stadium. I'm going to shut up when the teams emerge from the tunnel, because I want you to hear live on this channel the unique King Power atmosphere with the trumpets and everything playing. Give you a flavour of what you're going to expect here in this commentary stream tonight. Kasper Schmeichel, the Leicester City captain. Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain. Referee Michael Over giving them the all clear. There's Jurgen Klopp, who's overseen this remarkable transformation of a football club now European champions, champions of the world. What more could they possibly add? I'm going to shut up for a second and let you listen to the unique noise that the King Power produces as the teams come out. Wow, what an atmosphere. You couldn't make that up. Leicester really go to town in these home games. And it's nice to be back for the first time at the King Power Stadium covering a match here for the JB Clark EG channel. Top. Second against top. The real match of Boxing Day. Leicester City against Liverpool. And as the teams shake hands, let I check on the team news. And if you weren't with us at the start of the programme some 10 minutes ago, here are the two lineups. We're going to start, of course, with Leicester City, with Kasper Schmeichel, their captain, in goal. Then it's Pereira, Johnny Evans, Shanichu, the Turkish international. He'll play in a two-man defence with Evans, central defence, Chilwell on the left, and indeed the only midfielder, Harvey Barnes, Payet, Telemans and Madison, the four-man midfield, with Jamie Vardy up front. Liverpool line-up as follows. Alisson Becker in goal, Alexander-Arnold up right back, Gomez and Van Dijk the two centre-backs, and Robertson on the left. Then it's Nabil Keita, Jordan Henderson and Gini Wijnaldum, the three-man midfield. Keita on the right, Wijnaldum on the left, and then up front Salah on the left, Firmino in the middle, Salah on the right rather, Firmino in the middle and Marnie on the right. The substitutes for Leicester: Ward, Justin, Morgan, Gray, O'Brighton, Perez and Chowdhury. For Liverpool: Adrian, Milner, Lallana, Shaqiri, Origi, Jones and Williams. Vardy has scored in his last 7 games against Liverpool. As for Bobby Firmino there, the man who got the winner in the World Cup final, boy will he be up for this one tonight. It's been a long fixture. Let me just go through the officials again. There's Brendan Rodgers just seen there on the screen. Referee tonight comes from County Durham. That's Michael Oliver. 2 assistants, Stuart Burt will officiate on the far side from me. Simon Bennett on the nearest to me. 4th official tonight is Craig Pawson. And the VAR referee, if required, Paul Tierney, on a double shift, having done our previous commentary game, Everton against Burnley. Well, Jurgen Klopp has had plenty to say about the scheduling for the holiday fixtures here. He thinks it's a disgrace, but it's been a tradition for some 100 years or so. Take that out of the game, then the English game's ruined. I do disagree with what Jurgen Klopp said in his press conferences. I know he's had the World Cup Championship to contend with, but to moan about that when you're top of the league. Right now, boys, Liverpool Chargers will want to play every game. Get a look there at the big match referee, Michael Oliver from County Durham. Stuart Burt making his way over to the far side. Simon Bennett to the near. Well, we're all set. The floodlights fully on now for this encounter. Both in traditional colours. Leicester City in blue shirts. Liverpool in red. Liverpool to get us underway. They're going to attack the goal to our left. Leicester to the right. Michael Oliver just checking with the 2 goalkeepers. And we're all set for the game. Final game of the evening. And we've seen plenty of drama so far. Everton winning under Carlo Ancelotti in a bit of a controversial fashion because Jordan Pickford should have been sent off, and Manchester United winning. But it's all about this game. Liverpool get us away. Mo Salah back to Virgil van Dijk, who hits a long ball forward. Liverpool going from left to right. Leicester right to left. Robertson with a header on the left hand side. Flicked on by Bobby Firmino and it's out of play. It's a cracking atmosphere for this match, I have to tell you. It's a remarkable game. I should be out of breath after covering a 90-minute game and a journey down to Leicester, but none of it now. As Liverpool come charging forward, get the first shot in, and Schmeichel having a dive to his left. It was Joe Gomez. No, it was Trent Alexander-Arnold with the right foot shot. Trent with the shot, and Schmeichel having to dive and attack to his right there. Caught it in the mid-drift and managed to grab it at the second time of basket, and Liverpool made a blistering start. This is Salah on the far side, hit towards Bobby Firmino, Sadio Mane in the penalty area, and Liverpool within a minute of the start of the game have created 2 brilliant opportunities. And Leicester really haven't got out of first gear yet. It was a poor kick to Alexander-Arnold by Kasper Schmeichel. Salah with the cross in. And Mane there just needed a better contact. Or even Bobby Firmino even. And that was 1-0. But both of them could have scored. Firmino's attempted header was missed completely. And Mane just didn't get a good enough contact on the ball. It's the Liverpool fans you can actually hear in the background. Oh, the Leicester City fans are actually quiet. This is Andy Robertson now for Liverpool. Champions of the world, looking to be champions of England. This is a chance now, here now. Tielemans playing the ball in, and well, Maddison was offside as that ball was played. So he wouldn't have been allowed to stand even if he was. As Mo Salah goes over on the far side. 2 minutes gone. It's Leicester City 0, Liverpool 0. Live commentary. Seen another chance there for Sadio Mane to put the ball into the back of the net. Already in the first couple of minutes, Jurgen Klopp's side have had 2 presentable chances so far. One for Trent Alexander-Arnold, the other to Sadio Mane. 2.5 minutes gone if you've just joined us. Leicester 0, Liverpool 0. Liverpool have a throw in, almost halfway inside the Leicester half on the far side. And now it's just a case now of Leicester trying to just calm things down a tad. As Pereira hits a long ball forward. And Andy Robertson now will intercept here for Liverpool. Being chased there by Pryor. And Alisson kicks that one out of play. Just 10 yards short of the halfway line. Still inside his own half. 3 gone. Leicester 0, Liverpool 0. 3 minutes that is. And the unique atmosphere of the King Power Stadium. It may be a newish ground, but as Anderson concedes a free kick, foul on his opposite number. As I say, well, foul on Maddison anyway, not his opposite number. Anderson wears 14 as opposed to 10, which was what Maddison wears. The danger for Liverpool is Jamie Vardy, scored in his last 7 matches against the Reds. It's Maddison, in fact, who's got the set piece here. About 15-20 yards inside the Liverpool half. 3.5 minutes have been played, just over. Chilwell may well take it. I think Vardy's going to. Yes, it's going to be Chilwell. Short this time, and then the ball flicked in, but it's too close to Alisson. Takes it on the bounce. Johnny Evans trying to put him under a little bit of pressure. If Leicester were to win, the gap would be cut significantly down to 7 points. The gap is 10 at the start. Leicester lost to Manchester City just before Christmas in the game we covered, and it was a terrific game. They took the lead in that match, incidentally, against Manchester City. And out came the goalkeeper there as Salah was closing in. Kasper Schmeichel did really, really well. Leicester on course for a possible double if they could keep their league challenge going. They're in the semi-finals of the Capital One competition. Oh dear me, they've given it away. And here's Salah, edge of the area. Oh, he gets it wrong. Left foot, side foot, tried to be too intricate. Johnny Evans got the ball away, and Brendan Rodgers will not be pleased. Why did players intend to do that? I will never know. It's still 0-0. We're coming up to 5 minutes gone, and it's an all-action game, and Leicester again give the ball away. They've made a sloppy start to this one, Leicester. But now then, Harvey Barnes, he might do something here. Virgil van Dijk cuts the attempted attack out. Now Van Dijk again. What a signing and what a revelation he's proved to be since joining from Southampton 18 months ago. In fact, it'll be 2 years next month since he joined from Southampton and made his debut, of course, in the FA Cup against Everton. In a game in which they won 2-1. Leicester just got a new manager, then Claude Perrault, and we covered them at, you may remember, at Fleetwood in the Cup. In the game they should have lost, actually. It ended 0-0, and I think Fleetwood hit the post in that game. It's a little bit of Premier League action to come, and then the FA Cup a week tomorrow. And a real proper cup tie feel, and we'll hopefully have 4 or 5 commentaries from that third round weekend. A week a week today, I think, it all begins. Soichu getting the ball away over the halfway line, or just prior to the halfway line. Turkish international. 6.5 minutes gone. Liverpool throw in. 0-0 is the score. Liverpool come close twice already in the opening exchanges through first of all Alexander-Arnold and Sadio Mane, who's in possession now. He finds Andy Robertson on the left hand side. Again, the attempted cross was blocked again deep inside the Leicester half by a Leicester City defender. It was Pereira who got back there. Good defending by him. A big word to Sue Edges, are one of our dedicated listeners. She's in the Maldives for Christmas, so if you're listening, Sue, if you're listening now or listening later on the playback, I hope you've had a great Christmas, and hopefully we wish you a very, very pleasant New Year as well. Although there will be a couple more commentaries before the New Year's out, I can assure you of that. 7 minutes gone then. Leicester 0, Liverpool 0. And it goes without saying, those who weren't with me at 3 o'clock, I hope you all had a magnificent Christmas. And compliments to the season to everybody. Bit of an up and under. Referee Oliver gives a Leicester City 3 kick. It's a foul there on James Maddison on the far side, inside the Leicester half, about 20 yards from halfway. Alexander-Arnold there, just a little bit gun-ho there on his England colleague. Leicester have run short with the 3 kick. Johnny Evans now in possession, on the edge of his own penalty box. And then Kasper Schmeichel, chance maybe to hit this long. No, it's gone towards the far side, and it's Chilwell who's kept it in. Soichu gets the ball back as well. And here's Kasper Schmeichel. 0-0 is the score. Comments below. Keep your comments clean. Don't give out any potential scores. Just talk about how good both teams have been this season, and Liverpool especially. As Pryor makes a good dart down that right-hand side. Virgil gets the ball away. Virgil van Dijk, that is. A long ball forward again. Looking to find Mo Salah, but again, well policed by the Leicester defence. Well, I've got a distinct feeling this is not going to end goalless at any point tonight. Two teams who like to attack, play great, attacking, entertaining football. Really do play the game the way it should be played. Two attack-minded managers. Brendan Rodgers, of course, has absolutely transformed Leicester City's fortunes this season. Semi-finalists of the Carabao competition, beating Everton in that terrific quarter-final, of course. And they dominated it for 70 minutes. Here's a chance in and Harvey Barnes nearly gone on the end of that. And in the end, Alexander-Arnold having to get it down the left-hand side. Leicester just attacking there for a second and threatening that Liverpool defence. Remember, Liverpool haven't lost the league game this season. Now then, here come Leicester now. Maddison round the corner. Varney now inside the penalty area, looking towards Barnes on the far post. And turned away by Robertson. Corner kick to Leicester. Better from the Foxes here, with coming up towards the 10-minute mark, and Leicester making an improved effort here and forcing Liverpool into a corner somewhat. They've got a good record here at the King Power in recent years against Liverpool. And this Leicester side, James Maddison, only £15 million from Norwich. What a signing that has been. Real bargain buy, one of the bargains of all time, as that corner comes in from Maddison, an England international, of course. Now Mane to lead the breakout here for Liverpool. And he gets the ball forward, it's Keita, and the flag stay down, and Schmeichel is perilously on him, it's goal! It's an open goal, but Salah's gone too far wide with it, and puts it into the side netting, and Leicester City survive. It came from a Leicester corner. It was Keita, in fact, that got the ball forward. And the flag stayed down. There was definitely onside there because Pereira was playing Mo Salah on, and he would have took a strike of epic proportions and a very acute strike to get it in from that left-hand angle and into the back of the net. Well, the Win Live predictor reckons it's a 45% chance of Liverpool winning tonight, 25% Leicester, 30% the draw. The flag is up for offside against Derby Barnes as he made a dart down the right-hand side. And the Leicester fans don't like it. But Simon Bennett was right on the spot. Yeah, well, I don't know. His arm was off, and under the new rules, if it's half a arm offside, it is offside. And why can't we just do the old system? It's very complicated, the offside rule, as Marley tries to control on ball from Virgil van Dijk, but it rolls very kindly into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. With 12 minutes gone, a Boxing Day double here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Earlier, Burnley were unfortunate to lose in the 80th minute to a Calvert-Lewin strike. Maybe the goalkeeper Pickford should have been sent off, but it was a defeat for Burnley. Tonight it's Leicester-Liverpool in a real top of the table clash. Leicester 10 points behind, Liverpool lying second. Liverpool 10 points clear, lying first. Brendan Rodgers against his old side. So many plots and subplots dissected into this one game. Here's Kasper Schmeichel inside his own penalty area. Plays it out towards the far side, and it's Ben Chilwell now, the England defender. Back to Soyuncu, the Turk. Now the Northern Irishman Evans. And if you are listening to the game on Amazon Prime, turn the commentary off and listen to my commentary, because I'm telling you now, it's going to be a classic here on the JB Claret YouTube channel, and I'll give you a very, very good dramatic commentary tonight on what could be a highly charged evening here at the King Power Stadium. As Tielemans tries to play the ball around the corner, Pryor made a good darting run towards the right of the D, the Liverpool edge of the Liverpool D there. But now Keita wins possession. He finds Mo Salah on the right-hand channel. Plays the ball in there. Oh, he nearly found Bobby Firmino there inside the Leicester penalty area. And this game is already turning into what could possibly be a real classic. This is Mane now for Liverpool. Back in field to Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain. Alexander-Arnold making a break on the right. Deep inside Leicester territory. Back again to Henderson. Crossing there, looking for Mane, who miscontrols it, and it's out of play. To huge cheers from the locals here at the King Power Stadium. And out for a throw-in with 14 minutes gone to Leicester in line with the edge of their own penalty area. Ricardo Pereira to take. 63% possession Leicester, 37% Liverpool. Henderson shoots! Deflected! Oh, just wide of the right-hand post. And Leicester again get possession away. And almost fell behind this time. Poor touch there by Ndidi. Presenting Henderson with half a chance. And in fairness to Ndidi, atones for his mistake, gets a little deflection, although it gave Schmeichel an awkward moment or so. And thankfully for Leicester, for the moment anyway, they've survived it. What they haven't survived is this corner. The first goal really is, with almost a quarter of an hour gone, is going to be so important. Trent Alexander-Arnold to take it right-footed on the far side. 15 gone, 0-0 into the penalty area. It's a poor corner from Alexander-Arnold. He'll get a second chance here on the right to cross. Right-footed, and again too far, whipped and out of play. And Leicester City do survive now. 0-0 with a quarter of an hour gone. It's a cold night, but it's white out there on the field. And to be fair, Leicester City second is no fluke. A lot of people are saying this is a far better team in terms of footballing ability than the one that won the league some 4 years ago, nearly 4 years ago, in the Claudio Ranieri, when they won the league by some 10 points, as it turned out. Maybe it was just the well, there's been no pizzas offered to Leicester City. They only need a point now to stay in the division next season. That surely will be a formality for them. And at the moment they've been going very well in the league. They've had that reversed at Manchester City last week. Can they do it on a Thursday night, Boxing night, against the Liverpool side that haven't lost in the league all season long? Kasper Schmeichel hits it 3/4 of the way, looking for what's Jamie Vardy, well headed away. 10 yards from the edge of the area by Virgil van Dijk, of the Liverpool area I should say, by Virgil van Dijk. Now Pereira has it on the near side for Leicester City, inside the Liverpool half, back to Harvey Barnes. Hopping on, who's a Liverpool fan, he's on holiday where he can't find a live video stream, so he's very grateful to us. Well, I'm very grateful to bring it to you live. This is James Maddison now, deep inside Liverpool territory, about 5 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Now it's about 25 yards from goal. Harvey Barnes ambles towards the Liverpool penalty area, looks for Vardy. Now Pereira, chance here now, and Pryor now will dig out across in the area. Vardy was lurking again and turned away, and away goes Robertson, one of the best signings that Liverpool have made currently in their history. £10 million from home, maybe less than that. One of the bargains of all time that Jurgen Klopp made in bringing him to the club, because he's really done terrifically well in the 2.5 years he's been at the club since joining from Hull City. This is Pereira though on the right hand side for Leicester. Barnes can't control it. Virgil van Dijk hooks it away halfway inside his own half. Referee's blown for a free kick to Liverpool, foul there by Yuri Tillemans. Way inside the Liverpool half. May have been pushing Ronaldo a little bit there. 18 minutes gone then at an electric King Power Stadium in Leicester. We saw Liverpool's neighbours Everton win, beat my club Burnley by a goal to nil. Very, very difficult. I tell you what, when I came off there I was very, very gutted as a Burnley fan to have lost that game when we were probably good value second half wise to a point, although Everton did knock on the door from minute one. This is Mo Salah into the penalty area, and Nabil Keita doing really well up against Ben Chilwell. It's a corner kick. Please do not give out any scores. We warned you all at the start. Please do not give out any scores. There are 6 moderators on at any one time. I have to tell you, it's 0-0 here. New Caton is telling you a long time. Read the comment section and listen to the commentary. We'll find out for what happened. There was a bit of an incident in Bristol City as the corner comes into the penalty area. Well, it's certainly not 1-0 to Liverpool from that moment on. And the ball in there, and Marnie went down inside the penalty box. And now the ball comes away now, and a chance now for Harvey Barnes, but Gomez is there, and Alisson plays sweeper keeper. That was terrifically done, and Robertson can get it away, but he can't find Bobby Firmino, and he's at the other end with Kasper Schmeichel with 19 minutes of the first half played. Yes, there was some incident at Bristol City, which we're going to check on, which we might touch on a bit during the half-time interval, because we'll be taking a 5 to 10 minute break. But there was some scenes at Leicester, scenes at Bristol in the Bristol City match. I think it might have been against Charlton. There were some bad scenes there. Let's hope it's just a one-off and we don't see any of the likes of that again. Just to remind you of the statistics: 5 attempts already for Liverpool, 1 on target, none attempts whatsoever for Leicester, not even 1 on target so far, which shows how Liverpool have been dominant, although Leicester have looked pretty good in attack as well. We've got people trying to shout out scores, and I'm going to have to start making videos about you guys as well. Remember, there's moderators here. It's 0-0. Please stop giving out the scores. I don't know who these wombers are, but you can't stop them, I'm afraid. It's part of internet life, I'm afraid. The game's just settled down into a pattern again now. It's that's a lovely pass out towards the far side. Just enjoy the commentary. Just enjoy the match. Don't have to make comments like this. It's not 1-1, it's 0-0. And Newgate, one of my new moderators, is working overtime. We've got Russ Vernon as well. Also a commentator. Panini's a moderator. I'm a moderator, and I could go on at any one time. In fact, I might start banning people at half time if they keep on happening here. Once again, I think it's the same person that's making all these things. We had this problem during the Everton match this afternoon. Anyway, let's just concentrate on the commentary here. This is Harvey Barnes, right hand side for Leicester, looking towards Jamie Vardy inside the penalty area, and the ball is hooked away once more, and now Henderson can break, finds Keita does well, hurdles one challenge and another one right on halfway, and then goes down under challenge by Maddison. Free kick to Liverpool, 10 yards inside the Leicester City half. It was in fact it was a foul by Maddison. He got away from Tielemans the first time, Maddison the second. He went at Maddison the second time, and Maddison had no option but to bring him down. Just a free kick, no yellow card for the England international. It's Liverpool certainly making all the headway in terms of chances created, although they've been trapped for offside. But coming up towards the halfway mark, 23 minutes of the first half, and still Leicester City 0, Liverpool 0. Contrary to what you may have seen in the comment section, it's just some people, spammers, who are just trying to make a name for themselves for all the wrong reasons. We'll ignore them. We'll let Newgate take care of them, and Russ and that, and we'll concentrate on the commentary and what's actually really happening out on the field. But any goals that go in, well, I'm certain we'll bring them to you. Go on, Russ, come back. Salah is offside as that ball is played through. The flag is stayed down, but Salah goes down. He wants a penalty. He's not going to get it, obviously. He was offside right from the moment he went forward, and I don't think there was much doubt about that one. Yeah, a good yard offside there as that ball was played over by Jordan Henderson. The Leicester offside trap was worked a treat. Chilwell did pull him down, but the offside flag had gone up anyway. Brody James, good evening to you, Brody. He's hoping for a nice 3-0 Liverpool win. He reckoned it would be a nice late Christmas present. Nice to have you with us, Brody. Free kick to Leicester. Schmeichel takes, looks to Harvey Barnes just inside the Liverpool half on the right hand side. Lovely triangle passes, no shots yet for Leicester. Well said, Ali, although I didn't mention it earlier. 24 gone. 0-0. Here's Vardy now, far side. Edge of the penalty area. Oh, that's a poor ball from Jamie Vardy. Just couldn't. Well, it was a bad control, really, in fairness to Vardy there by James Maddison. Van Dijk gets it forward, and that looked out of play. Referee agrees. It's a Leicester City throw-in, midway inside the Liverpool half. Trent Alexander-Arnold did not keep that in play. And everyone's enjoying this one. All the true people listening to this game. You're all having a wonderful Boxing Day. And a Boxing Day Christmas cracker, which is still yet to have a goal, but I don't think it will be a longer way. No, surely there will be goals in this game. Here's Johnny Evans inside his own half. Inside the Liverpool half, rather. Now then, Pereira angles across into the area, turned away by Gomez. And now Robertson to bring it away, but he loses possession. Could have also given away a free kick there, but the referees let it go. Pereira, good sensible referee there by Mr. Oliver if it was an advantage to be played. Leicester fans appealing for handball. No great complaints from the Leicester players, however. And here come Liverpool now, trying to attack themselves with Bobby Firmino. Space over on the far side, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold here. And he lines across in there towards Salah, but well kept away there by Johnny Evans. Terrific defending by him. And Leicester now start to break again with Harvey Barnes, and he wins a throw-in on halfway. Johnny Evans there, rolling back the years to his days at Manchester United when he used to do this week in, week out for Alex Ferguson's Manchester United side. He knew Salah, if he didn't make it, Salah would, and he'd have a free shot at Kasper Schmeichel. Boy, did he have to get that. And more. Leicester throw, halfway line, right hand side. Ricardo takes. Back to Harvey Barnes. Ndidi picks the ball up. Solitude, the Turkish international. Now Tillemans takes over. And a good ball out of Ben Chilwell on the far side. Here's Maddison chipped in there. Pryor has made a terrific break. And it might fall for Barney inside the area. And it came away. And Leicester get the throw in. Almost in line with the Liverpool pen in the area on the far side. It's a terrific 27 minutes almost gone. Leicester 0, Liverpool 0. Reading and QPR goalless at half time at the Majeski Stadium. Here it's 0-0. The second of 2 live commentary games on the JB Claret YouTube channel. JB in the commentary box. Oh, lovely work again. Vardy waits in the centre. Vardy inside the area. Left foot shot. I think the whistle's gone, in fact. Offside. Free kick to Liverpool. Harvey Barnes, I think, was offside. Well, we've had 27.5 minutes of the first half. It's been an amazing set of circumstances. It's 8:30 in the evening here in Leicester. Well, Liverpool now just a little bit under pressure now. Leicester starting to get a foothold in the game, although they've not really tested Alisson enough as far as I'm concerned. As Alexander Arnold, right hand side, hits the ball in now. Marnie will keep this alive inside the Leicester City penalty area, or just to the left of the area. Marnie now, booze for him. Round the corner to Salah, inside the penalty area of Leicester City. But Leicester get defenders back. Henderson now, midway inside the Leicester half. Back to Gini Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum looks round, see what's on, has to swivel and pirouette. And he finds Henderson. And now Joe Gomez to Virgil van Dijk. And the Clappers are in full cry here. 0-0, 28 and 3/4 minutes played. Live here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. Reading QPR, the late game is still 0-0. That's a half-time scoreline. Leeds drew 1-1 earlier on with Preston, and Manchester United beat Newcastle very comfortably at Old Trafford by 4-1, having been the goal down at one point. Liverpool coming forward again. Wijnaldum midway inside the Leicester City half, goes back to Van Dijk. Henderson takes possession. Now Wijnaldum finds Robertson. Robertson now infield again. Marnie gets a ball out towards the far side, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Looked a suspicion of handball there, I have to say, but the referee said it was chest, and it's play on. Liverpool still having inside the Leicester half, although they're not making any real inroads thus far. Wijnaldum has possession. Coming up towards a half an hour played. In an all-action game, but yet to yield a goal yet. This is Robertson on the left-hand side. Will he cross into that Leicester penalty area? Plays it infield again towards Sadio Mane. He'll run at defenders and all comers, but again, good defending this time from Ndidi. But it's still Liverpool coming at Leicester. Robertson with a low cross, turned away by Johnny Evans, the Northern Irishman. And surely that's a Leicester City free kick, but the referee said no, it's a corner. Did come off Pereira, but Pereira's shirt, to me, from where I was sitting, looked to be tugged. But it's a Liverpool corner. The first goal, as I say, if required, will be a crucial one. Robertson from the left-hand side. Van Dijk forward from the back. In comes the corner. Into the area. Leicester had got to it, but it comes out to Salah. Salah chips it into the penalty area. There's not too many tall men from Liverpool in there for the cross. Alexander-Arnold now. Left-hand side. To one of the back posts. It's gone in! It's Firmino, I think! It is Firmino! Bobby Firmino! The man who got the winner on Saturday in the World Cup Championships has given Liverpool the lead. 31 minutes gone, and the team who was starting the night 10 points ahead has 6 stand will go 13 points ahead if the scoreline stays the same. Leicester did not clear the corner properly. It came to Alexander-Arnold on the left. A lovely deep cross. Firmino got a head on it. And Schmeichel should have saved it at the near post. It's a fantastic moment. Bobby Firmino with the header. No, Daz, I'm not calming down. It's a big game. And I'm not a nutter, but what a header. 1-0 to Liverpool. This is a big, big game. And all you can hear in the background now is the Liverpool supporters. As Bobby Firmino has been sung on a small pocket of Liverpool supporters away just to my right hand side. And in fact here's Bobby Firmino now on the near side. Liverpool leading by a goal to nil in this top of the table clash. Keita back to Robertson again. This is an audio commentary and I have to, it's a dramatic I told you there wasn't going to be a 0-0 this one tonight. As Liverpool now just keep possession. Well, Leicester Leicester went in front at Manchester City, but then were pegged back. Now Liverpool got in front here, but they deserve to be in front. And here goes oh, Mane's in! Great save! Great save, Kasper Schmeichel. And Leicester again, bad defending. Should have been punished 2 or 3 times already tonight. It's probably the worst that Leicester have played all season. They didn't play badly in the game at Manchester City where they were very unlucky, in fact, in fairness, to lose 3-1, but they should be 2, maybe 3-0 down here. Liverpool should have more than the one they've got already. Pereira now for Leicester. Can they get themselves back into this? Pereira with a cross in from the right hand side. It's a poor cross, it was too low for a start. And now here's Mane. Liverpool on the cusp again. Their counter-attacks are lightning fast and Mane's at the heart of everything, and a good tackle there by Ndidi. If there's any criticism at the Liverpool attacker there, maybe he tried to take on one comma too many, but he should have scored there. Kasper Schmeichel making himself big, just reminiscent of his father a few years ago. The star coming out like a star to save that. Jurgen Klopp must be thinking, we should be more than the goal ahead. They still might. 34 minutes gone. Liverpool at 6 down will be going 13 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Into the penalty area it goes towards the near post, and well, this time Leicester deal with it okay. Might need a brew at the end of this. First off, oh Sarah! The fact is, well, there's a foul there. Foul on Chilwell. Foul on Chilwell. Free kick. Well spotted there, Mr. Oliver. It was a flailing arm of Van Dijk. Purely accidental, but definitely a foul. Would have been a travesty for that to be allowed to play on. The referee, I have to tell you, unlike Anthony Taylor, who was poor this afternoon up at Goodison, in contrast to him, I think Michael Oliver's had a good game. I tell you what, when a referee like Michael Oliver allows a game to flow, that's a sign of a good game. And a referee not wanting to write his own name over a contest like this. 10 minutes to play to half time. Now Tillemans. And now then, real chance here for Leicester. Can they find something here with Pryor? He's had to go back, mind you. And Leicester now charging forward, looking for this equalising goal. But again, Liverpool stout defensively. They haven't forced Leicester into having a shot yet at their goal, and that's why Liverpool are top of the league, because their defence, not only their attack is red hot, but their defence is red hot too. Foul by Maddison on his England colleague Jordan Henderson. Excuse me. So it's Bobby Firmino. Another goal for him. 2 in a week. In 2 massive games. one to make Liverpool the champions of the world. And this one here tonight could be a priceless one as well in terms of the league title race. The onus will be on Manchester City if Liverpool were to win tomorrow to try and close the gap to 12, to at least 11 points if they won at Wolves. If things were to stay the same, of course. There was no flag absolutely against any of the Liverpool players as that ball was played in by Alexander-Arnold. I don't think there was much doubt about that. VAR would have checked it out anyway. So the goal was perfectly legal, and it's a goal that's been very much deserved. Free kick to Leicester, I think. No, it's a Liverpool ball. Offside against Jamie Vardy, I think. 37 minutes gone. Leicester 0. Liverpool 1. Firmino with the goal. On the half-hour mark, this is Keita now for Liverpool. Back to Virgil van Dijk. And it's the Liverpool fans you can hear in the background who are chanting and cheering and all sorts here. So here's Mo Salah on the far side. Well, policed there by Soyuncu. Now, what Leicester need to do is not have any more damage inflicted on them going into half-time, any more carnage on them, because they go 2-0 down before the break. I don't think Brendan Rodgers' side will have any chance going into this second half. I think it's probably the worst they've played this season under Brendan Rodgers. I have to be honest. They did play really well at Anfield and were robbed by one or two key decisions up at Anfield. But they can't feel robbed tonight because they haven't really done themselves justice, and they're not doing themselves justice trying to clear the ball away here until indeed he gets a foot in and gets it out of play. They're not at the races tonight. Leicester City, they're frustrated, they're angry, their supporters are not. Well, there's been a goal at the Majeski. John Swift has just scored in the second half. 1-0 they laid Queen's Park Rangers, who have been going really well under Mark Warburton this season, and there's one of their best players. Haven't seen it at the moment. 52 gone. Great strike from the edge of the area. Russ reports into the top corner. And Reading could do with that result as well. So as things stand at the moment, Liverpool would move to 52 points. Leicester would stay on 39. City with a game in hand still stay on 38, but they could cut the gap, as I say, to 11 points. Now Spurs are closing in on Chelsea as well. They're probably 3 points away as well from the top four. Mourinho's men, they had a 2-1 win against Brighton earlier today. 6 minutes to play before the abnormal time, before half time, plus stoppage time of course. Pereira down the line for Leicester, looking for Vardy. Vardy gets there first, but he's shown too much of that to Andy Robertson, and that stands for "You Never Walk Alone." Any good football fan will know that. It's the Liverpool anthem, of course. It accompanies Liverpool every time they come out from a home match in Anfield. I tell you what, when they sing that, the cop, it makes the hair stand out on the back of your neck. This is Marnie now for Liverpool. 1-0 up and deservedly so. Back to Nabil Keita. He's had a marvellous game so far. Henderson, his usual reliable shift. Now Gomez to Henderson again. Henderson has got the ball about 10 yards inside the Leicester City half. 5 to play of the first half. Liverpool leading by a goal to 0. Bobby Firmino with the goal after 30 minutes. BCE stands for the best commentator ever. Listen, I can't hold a candle to the likes of Barry Davis or Brian Moore. They were just geniuses. Peter Jones on radio. These people are much better than I am. Here's Keita now, bursting forward into the penalty area. Soyuncu gets there and intercepts really well for Leicester. They have not been at the races defensively. They need to get a grip. Well, they've got a throw in there. Well, it's all happening here. But Nabil Keita, terrific run, trying to play a 1-2, and Soyuncu did really well there. The Turk did really well. But Jurgen Klopp must be pleased with the way his team have performed Although in his own heart of hearts he'll be annoyed that his team aren't 2-0 up. And I'll be back on the mic around about 7:30 tomorrow night for build-up and live commentary of Wolves against Manchester City from Molineux. As the corner comes in towards the penalty area, so Manchester City, as it stands, could be attempting to try and win that game, but it's not going to be easy against the Wolves side who have had one defeat, I think, in their last 12. So it's going to be far from easy for Manchester City tomorrow night. And just to remind you that the YouTube channel, this one you're listening to, is 10 years old tomorrow. We've been doing live commentaries for 4 years out of those 10, but we're going to have some special sound-only documentaries in the new year and one or two other bits and bats, behind-the-scenes footage and everything else. We've got cricket commentaries to come for the first time, real cricket commentaries. We've got Cricket 19 on the channel, gaming-wise. We've also got snooker as well on the channel, Formula 1 as well. We'll have commentaries on those as well of some of the races during the 2020 season when there's no football on. So we'll be able to see a bit of Lewis Hamilton commentary on Lewis Hamilton as well. His bid to equal Michael Schumacher's 7th world title. It starts in March, the F1 season in Australia at Albert Park in Melbourne. Of course, we'll have the 100 cricket tournament as well after the European Championships, and of course the T20 Blast with the counties involved. Always a magnificent thing. And thank you, a really annoying guy up there. You're not annoying, because that comment is far from annoying. I could listen to this commentary all day. Thank you for that compliment. It's nice to know that people enjoy what I do. Here's Ronaldo now, having to go back to his goalkeeper Alisson, and he finds Joe Gomez there, whose coldness personified there. Leicester City still haven't yielded a shot at Alisson yet. He hasn't had a single shot to save. Schmeichel's had a couple, 2 or 3 to save so far. We're inside the final 80 seconds or so. And we're coming up towards 90 seconds, I should say. Still 1-0 to Liverpool, and they've been very good value. There should be more than the go ahead, really, in terms of the way they've played and the amount of chances they created and invariably wasted. But it's Bobby Firmino's goal that's settling it at the moment. As things stand, it will be 13 points the gap between them and their opponents tonight. 14 for Leicester away from Manchester City, who've yet to play. They play tomorrow at Molineux against Wolves. Inside the final minute of normal time then. Then it'll be a 5-minute break, and then we'll run by the Manchester United scoreline and give you a flavour of what's going to be happening in 2020 on this channel, the 10th anniversary. Got some sound-only documentaries coming up, involving the fall and rise of England under 2 managers. Roy Hodgson in Euro 2016, when they suffered the worst defeat of their entire history when they lost to Iceland. Remember that one at the start of our commentary coverage of the European Championships. I remember coming off air after that match and throwing my mic down in absolute disgust. It's the only time I've ever chucked a microphone down in disgust. I'm just going to tell you some stats here from Russ, as you may be reading. Leicester have had 42% possession, and Liverpool have had 58% possession. And Liverpool have had shots on. Liverpool have had 8 shots, 3 of which have been on target, and 1 of which has counted big time. We're into 1 added minute, incidentally, of the first half. If you read the video, if you read my Christmas message, you'll wonder why the original premise of this channel 10 years ago was to put old Burnley highlights on. It's a good job we went away from that, and I'm doing live commentaries of football games. It's getting subscribers left, right and centre, and listeners left, right and centre, and viewers to the channel as well. Don't forget our FIFA 20 content, where we're rebooting an old favourite, The Match, the former ITV live show. I used to show league football before the Premier League was out. We're bringing that back as an alias, Johnny Wellesby. Who remembers Elton Wellesby, eh? Those were the days. 5 seconds of the 1 to go, and that should be that for half time. Indeed it is, and a good performance from Liverpool. Leicester a pale second in comparison. haven't registered a shot on target. Liverpool have had 3 on target and scored from 1 out of their 8th attempts. And that's the situation. Right, we're going to take a 5-minute break with Liverpool leading by a goal to 0. The goal from Bobby Firmino after 31 minutes. It's Leicester City 1-0. It's Leicester City 0 at Liverpool 1. We'll take a 5 to 10 minute break and then we'll be with you well in time for the second half. But half time here, it's Leicester City 0, Liverpool 1. Welcome back to the King Power Stadium, where it's just a little bit quieting down here at half time because of what's happened earlier today. What's happened? Let's have a look at what's been happening elsewhere then. Tottenham 2, Brighton 1. That was way back at lunchtime. Leicester put Brighton ahead after 37 minutes. Kane equalising for Spurs 9 minutes into the second half, and then Dele Alli getting the win at 18 minutes from time to give Tottenham a 2-1 victory in that game. That was what sorted that one out. Arsenal 1, Aston Villa, big 3 points for them. They move winning a point to West Ham in 17th possession. Conor Hourihane with the goal after 64 minutes at Villa Park, beating Norwich City by 1-0, and really giving the Ipswich team a chance. At the Vitality Stadium down south, Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 1. Dan Gosling scoring 10 minutes from the break, 35 minutes when he put Bournemouth ahead in front. Aubameyang equalising for Arsenal after 63 minutes, and it ended 1 apiece there at the Vitality. One of the results of the day here, potentially here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Southampton 2. Obafemi with the opening goal after 31 minutes. Excuse me. Nathan Redmond, 17 minutes from full time, taking all 3 points. What a turnaround of fortunes from Ralph Hasenhüttl's men. The London derby, West Ham perilously close to the bottom 3. They led through Robert Snodgrass after 57 minutes. 10 minutes later, Kouati got an equaliser for Palace, and Jordan Ayew in the very last minute taking the points there for Crystal Palace. In the game that Ike was down up for earlier at Goodison Park, we were concentrating on my club Burnley as they took on Everton, and Burnley were beaten by an 80th minute Calvert-Lewin goal. Burnley were probably hard done by one or two controversial refereeing decisions as well. But there you go. It was it's still I think the season not far from finished from Burnley, but it's very difficult really to fathom out how they lost so late on. Sheffield United have stayed their skins again. They trailed for a 27th minute goal from Delafeu. Ollie Norwood with a penalty, born in Burnley of course. Norwood with an equaliser 9 minutes from half time, and it remained 1-1 at the end. That game in fact kicked off 15 minutes late because of that game in fact kicked off about 15 minutes late due to congestion. And earlier today at Old Trafford, let me give you the right, there was another game at Old Trafford tonight. Manchester United 4, Newcastle United 1. Matty Longstaff with the opening goal for Newcastle after 17 minutes. Martial then equalised after 24. Mason Greenwood put Manchester United ahead after 36. Marcus Rashford then making it 3-1 just before the break after 41 minutes. And Martial after 51 winning that game quite comfortably there. Manchester United 4-1. And of course tomorrow we'll have Wolves against Manchester City for you from Molineux. What a game that really does promise to be. And I think it's a 7:45 kick-off. I'm not quite certain. We'll just double check that actually, because I might have been misquoted. Well, certainly it was a 7:45 kick-off. Yeah, 7:45 kick-off, Wolves against Manchester City. That's live with us. And that will be an important game for all sorts of reasons. Jurgen Klopp is out on the touchline now. So they come out, and I'm sure they've had a bit of a rocket. And a bit of a rocket in that changing room, because one or two of the quite a number of Leicester players really didn't do themselves justice in that first half. Seeing Yuri Tillemans there, just having sharing a little joke there with referee Michael Oliver. I've got to just mention Michael Oliver, in comparison to the referee we saw at Everton, has actually done it really well. He's let the game flow. He's given it every chance. He's given it every chance to flow, and has made it the game it really has been. And I have to say, the referee's done magnificently. So we're already almost getting underway in the second half. Leicester City to get us underway, attacking the goal to our left. 1-0 down. Could have been 3 or 4 the way Liverpool were playing in the second half. No changes from either side. And I'll recap the two teams for you in just a second or two. In fact, Leicester have kept that in play. As soon as the ball goes out of play, we'll tell you what the teams are, in case you didn't join us earlier. And here come Liverpool again. Soichu turning it away. Now Telemans. And here come Liverpool again now with Gini Ronaldo. Right hand side into the penalty area. Salah turning nicely. And the ball coming away again. Here's Keita now taking it up deep inside the Leicester territory. And indeed getting that one away towards Harvey Barnes. Son, of course, of the former Burnley striker Paul Barnes, and York, of course, Paul Barnes as well. Famous for scoring a winning goal in a League Cup tie at Old Trafford some 24 years ago now. As Robertson gets a high ball in there. Looks for Alexander-Arnold on the near side. And Telemans can win possession and take possession. I'll run through the teams in a second or two. Let's run through them now. Schmeichel in goal, Ricardo, Pereira, Evans, Soichu and Chilwell across the back. Indeed, he will play as the anchor man in midfield. And then it's Barnes on the right, Payet, Tielemans and Maddison on the left, Jamie Vardy up front. Substitutes: Ward, Justin, Morgan, Chowdhury, Gray, O'Brien and Perez. As Schmeichel gets possession inside his penalty area. We'll run through that Liverpool team then. Alisson in goal for them. Back four: Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. Liverpool get a throw in on a poor kick from Schmeichel. Keita, Henderson and Ronaldo in the midfield three. Salah, Firmino and Marnie up front. Adrian, Williams, Milner, Jones, Lallana, Shaqiri and Origi the substitutes. Referee Michael Oliver and VAR's referee Paul Tierney. Alexander-Arnold with a throw in then. Nearly 2 minutes into the second half. And out towards Virgil van Dijk, and now the ball over to the far side. Andy Robertson back to Van Dijk once again. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Leicester 0, Liverpool 1. That 31st minute goal by Bobby Firmino, separating these two terrific sides who like to attack and like to go forward. Good night, UK. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow. All you can hear in the background now is the Liverpool fans. Brendan Rodgers will have had something to say at half time. They're giving a rocket right up there. Backside there for Leicester. And Telemans gets possession, 25 yards out. Gets it under that left foot, and it was a good effort that hit Joe Gomez and behind from the corner. That's better from Leicester. And Liverpool with a bit of defending to do all of a sudden. I think that might have been goal bound if that had not deflected off Joe Gomez. In fact, I think it might have been. It's a terrific effort from Telemans, who's got a good shot, got a good left foot on him. And they could do with a goal here. Earlier we had people from America and New Zealand listening in. We've got a guy from Malta, Tommy Bentley. Good evening to you, mate. Into the penalty area it goes, and how the play goes. Well, I do want to ask, whereabouts in Malta are you listening to us from? Meanwhile, here's a chance now for Maddison. Can he keep the ball in play? The whistle's gone. Whistle's gone. Offside. Excuse me. Free kick taken quickly now. Here's Bobby Firmino, the goal scorer. Robertson in field now to Henderson, just on halfway. Henderson now. Leamington. Well, we know we are. You said Kenilworth the other day, New Caton. Is it Leamington or Kenilworth? You know I'm only kidding, mate. New Caton, one of our youngest moderators, 10 years old. And a nice little YouTuber. Check out his channel. Enjoy his content and predictor videos and stuff. And if people are wondering why I don't do anything like that, as a commentator and as a Burnley fan of many years standing, you don't make predictions. Believe you me. I try and make prophecies during the game what might happen. Alisson there with a poor kick that's got out of play for a throw-in. He got away with that. Gozo, and a lovely part of the world it is too, Tony. Here come Liverpool then. Alexander-Arnold here in dreary old Leicester. A dreary cold, I'm sure Gozo is lovely and warm compared to a very cold night here in Leicester. Anyway, it's a throw-in to Liverpool. Edge of the area. Alexander-Arnold with the throw-in. Towards Keita. Oh, he almost got through there, but it's with Kasper Schmeichel. Wasn't a back pass, so he was well within his rights to pick the ball up. And listen to the Leicester fans now in the background. Really getting behind their side. But they need to start playing better football, and they've given the ball away rather cheaply again, which will frustrate the Leicester fans a bit more. This is Keita again. Deep inside Liverpool territory, Leicester territory, heading towards that Leicester penalty area. Henderson looking to dummy it. Looks for Keita. Hit a bit of a strong pass there towards the right there, Henderson. Keita did really well, in fact, to control it. Again, good turn again inside the edge of the area. Salah winning possession. Yes, indeed. And the ball back to Kasper Schmeichel. Son, of course, of Peter, the Great Dane. I'm sure Newcastle Snow would have told one or two tales about Peter. Steady young lad over here, young lad of ours, 10 years old. As I keep saying, we enjoy having everybody, young and old, whatever race or creed, on this channel. We enjoy having you with us. Here's Alexander-Arnold into the penalty area. Oh, and Robertson was darting in there towards the bar post, and well defended there by Pereira. Pats Robertson on the back and says, well played. That was a good jump there, and Pereira had to get something on it. Robertson might have been in there, might have probably been more liable to nod the ball back if he'd have got there, Robertson. As I say, he's not renowned for his goal scoring, Perez, who has scored this season though. In the Champions League. Van Dijk forward from the back here. Henderson inside by the penalty spot. Corner. It's short. That looked as if it drifted out, but it didn't. It stays in. Salah tries to chip the goalkeeper, and it's got too much whip on that. It's over the top for a goal kick. Edge of the area as he struck it to the right of the D. Leicester weren't switched on for that short corner. Liverpool actually worked it very, very well, it's got to be said. Remington winning 3-0 today. Yup, we are. It goes without saying, Russ, 65 minutes into the game, the JB MLTM will be open for business, just like earlier today where Calvert-Lewin took the award. Name of the player and then hashtag it, but only votes start around about 60 minutes. We'll be doing that from the 60th minute onwards for half an hour. So it gets people talking. It puts a positive light on the comment section. As the ball comes in towards Bobby Firmino, it's surely going to be one of the contenders for the award, but it's knocked away again, this time by Ben Chilwell. It's a throw-in over on the far side, right by the corner flag, almost in line with the edge of the 6-yard area of Leicester City's. It's still a Liverpool ball, so the danger hasn't passed yet for Leicester. They still haven't really got out of any sort of gear yet, even with a rocket. I'm sure that Brendan Rodgers will give them at half time, as Gomez hits a long ball forward, cut out beautifully there, but comes to Ronaldo again. He scored some important goals for Liverpool, certainly in that semi-final. You may remember in May against Barcelona, which took Liverpool all the way to the final, to Madrid, when they beat Tottenham. This is Alexander-Arnold into the penalty area. It might break here for Ronaldo, and Soichu gets it away for Leicester. Bit up and underish, mind you. Excuse me. Madison with a header away. I'm just taking a sip of coffee. It's been an all-action game. Alexander-Arnold chipping that in towards the far post. Marnie keeps it in play. Looks for Robertson. Robertson with a deep cross. And Tillemans And then hooked in the air a little bit there by Chilwell. Now Alexander-Arnold has it on the Liverpool right, still deep inside the Leicester territory, on the edge of the Leicester box, as the ball is played into the penalty area again by Henderson. He'll get a second chance now with 54.5 minutes gone, and the ball comes away once again, and Pryor can get it away for Leicester. Final third passes, we'll give it a minute. Oh, and a chance there for Bobby Firmino just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Robertson's cross, and Bobby Firmino with an opportunity there to try and finish the job off. I'm just about to say, as we see that, I've just seen an effort there from Firmino on replay that just goes wide. 55 minutes almost gone. Still 1-0 to Liverpool. Should have been 2 a second ago. You can't take your eyes off this for a second. Always the general chit-chat mode for a few moments while there's a breaking play. There's not been a breaking play. The play's not relenting at all, and indeed he must have brought himself 10 yards up the field, but he's lost possession. And here is Salah now in field. Still 1-0 to Liverpool. We're inside the 10th minute of the second half. We've had 10 minutes, of the second half. This is Keita. Infield to Alexander-Arnold. The pace of this game is unrelenting. And now the Leicester fans trying to get behind their team now. Here's Robertson on the far side. Liverpool quite content to play at their own pace here. Deep inside Leicester territory. I agree. Leicester do need to wake up, and caught sleeping again because they've left Alexander-Arnold unmarked on the far side. On the near side, the ball in from the far side. Robertson again. He'll try again, and the goalkeeper in trouble. And Salah has hit the bar. He's hit the bar. Has the goal been given? Flag up for offside, in fact. Well, it came off the post and the bar, I think. It's all a bit scrappy in there. There was the cross. Came to Robertson. His cross was turned away, and then Bobby Firmino offside. And then Salah, Van Dijk in fact. No, it was Salah. Hit the bar, then the post. But it wouldn't have counted anyway. And a good spot from the linesman there. Bobby Firmino did go for the ball. Was interfering with play. And quite rightly, the linesman on the near side, Simon Bennett, put his flag up. Marco Brighton is going to enter the fray now for Leicester City, we believe. Again, the theme of poor goal kicks continues. So a couple of poor goal kicks from my goalkeeper Nick Pope this afternoon in the Burnley game, where he kicked a few rather didn't, although he played really well as regards the goalkeeping aspect of it, but his goal kicking just needs to improve a touch. Well, Harvey Barnes has not had his best game. The son of Paul, of course, former Burnley striker, he's off. You know, Brighton, who had a super match in that League Cup quarter-final a couple of weeks ago at Everton, well, Leicester in the fact just snuck through on penalties, now comes on. Alexander-Arnold with the throw, long one towards Salah, tries to flick it round the corner. Tielemans heads it back down again, and now the chip forward, and Alexander-Arnold has done really well to stay onside, and there's the cross towards Firmino, but well cut out again by Kasper Schmeichel. And a long kick forward, and that's out of play. Tielemans can't keep it in play. It's a throw to Liverpool. Leicester just don't seem to be getting out of any sort of gear at the moment, first gear, let alone top gear. And as you can hear in the background, Liverpool fans proclaiming and boasting they're champions of the world, and deservedly so. A great performance out in Doha last Saturday. One after extra time. Should have won it before then when Bobby Firmino hit the post. Possession stats, 39% Leicester, 61 Liverpool. Goal kick to Leicester. As another Liverpool move breaks down. I think you know that I have autism, and it helps a lot with your commentary. Without your commentary, I would be shouting on board. Well, it's nice to know that you enjoy what we do, Newgate, and I'm really pleased to know that. And you've got a great channel there going yourself, with a great support from your dad as well. Good on you for that. As Maddison goes forward again, cannot emphasise enough really what the commentators, and I've got to say, Alan Alan Boret, thank you very much for subscribing to me on YouTube. You're a good pal. Thank you as well. Russ Bernard's got autism as well, and they're not shy to admit it. And autism is only mocking at that is not accepted at any level. But Russ is a fantastic commentator in his own right, despite everything that's... You know, he's a brilliant commentator. He's a marvellous guy. Statistically, he does it really well as a journalist, and he's worth a read. The chip in there towards Keita. That's how to play. Goal kick to Leicester, and well, it's a corner, I think. Sonichu is furious, and the Leicester fans around me are completely apoplectic with rage. Everyone was thinking it was a goal kick, and I have to tell you, that's a goal kick to me. Sonichu did not touch that ball at all, and I'm afraid Simon Bennett, we were praising him a minute ago. I'm afraid that is a very poor decision. Corner kick. Alexander-Arnold with the corner. Headed away. Mo Salah trying to head it back into the danger zone. Luckily, nothing came of it from a Leicester viewpoint. It might turn out to be a good thing here. Here's Varney now. And the Leicester fans right up with him, but he's got no support. Mind you, he didn't have any support against Manchester City, and he scored, and that's a free kick. Given by Oliver, the referee. Yellow card for Joe Gomez, and Liverpool will do well to keep their mouths shut in here at this point. Definite foul here by Gomez. He had to take Vardy out here because Vardy, even with 3 defenders around him, is still a very tricky customer. And he'll be a danger man now for Liverpool as we go into the final half an hour. JB Man of the Match voting is now open, folks. Name of your player, please, and the hashtag JBMLTM. Joe Gomez's second booking of the season. Jamie Vardy, incidentally, has 17 goals this season. Another one here, we're taking 2 shy of 20. Well, they might get a chance now, New Caden, with a shot here. Free kick, which Chilwell and Maddison are orchestrating. Into the penalty area, left foot. Oh, it's just too much whip on it. But a little bit better from Leicester. A bit more brightness about their play. Just too much whip. I don't think even the brilliant Vardy was ever going to get on the end of that one. Liverpool now trying to play out from the back now. Leicester need to have a light bulb moment and really start playing, because they haven't really turned up for 62 minutes of this match. And Vardy on the chase. Alisson, oh, that's a poor kick, and that's a cheap throw-in. Leicester now have got themselves an opportunity now. If they can work something from this throw-in, they have a chance. They haven't seen their team play well tonight, but if they can nick a point or two, that would be a marvellous occasion for them. A year on from their owner, tragically dying in that helicopter crash, of course. It's been marvellous to have a season in his honour. And I think if he was watching down on the stadium and looking at the job that Brendan Rodgers has done as a whole, forget about tonight, I think he'd be quite proud of how it's all gone for Leicester so far. As the cross comes in here, chances again, indeed, it's a poor ball. But he's won it back again. Pereira now. Trying to pull it back for Vardy. Pereira again. Only half away. Still waiting a chance. And a shot comes in from Pryor, and it's wide, but better from Leicester. Better from Leicester. Well, Firmino is going to... Look at that for Pereira. I'm just seeing a replay of this. He's absolutely sold Robertson down the river there with that beautiful piece of skill. But there you are. As you see, Virgil van Dijk wasn't going to be fooled by anything there. And that's why Liverpool paid somewhere in the region of 90 million. Referee speaking with Virgil van Dijk here. Jordan Henderson there with him. Maybe just speaking out of turn there. Virgil van Dijk. Evans winning a good hander now midway inside his own half. Had to win that as well. I have to say, out of the Leicester defence, I think he's had the better game out of the 4 of them. And here goes Maddison again, and Virgil van Dijk. What a What a tackle that was. Offside anyway against James Maddison. And it's a shame really, because that was a terrific tackle by Virgil van Dijk. But Leicester showing a bit more fight about them. Good to see. Full time at the Majeski Stadium. Ready 1, QPR 0. Bobby Firmino is Newcaton's choice for man of the match. So 1 ball for Bobby Firmino so far. 64 gone, 25 to go. I won't say here, I respect JB. No, you can tell us the company you work for. You don't have to disrespect me. It's good that it's good to be freelance, Russ. It's good. Hey, nothing wrong with freelancing. You can talk. Well, we'll give it a plug if you want, Russ. Don't worry. You're not disrespecting me at all. You do. You're freelancer. You're allowed to mention companies, you know. I don't ban them. Don't be scared, Russ. You can mention it, Russ. Believe you and me, I don't mind. Anyway, here's Chilwell now for Leicester. Left-hand side. Infield it goes again. Oh, dear me. Vardy just couldn't control it. And that's been the theme for Leicester. They have looked good when they've been in possession, but that final ball's not been good enough. But Soyuncu there, terrific play. And Leicester now showing more spirit and more fight, but he's out of position here. And the crowd now getting right behind Leicester. Well, Keita has possession. Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Russ works for Hospital Radio out, and he helps out for BBC Local Radio. Now here on the JB Clara channel, Vardy on the chase, and it's turned away by Virgil van Dijk for a throw-in. And Leicester now with 24 minutes left to play have got themselves up the field into a decent position. Chilwell to take the throw-in near side. 10 yards from the edge of the penalty area of Liverpool. One moment of brilliance from Vardy or one or two others could turn the game in Leicester's favour. Liverpool should have been well out of sight by now. Ndidi in possession by Leicester, but a dodgy back pass which Johnny Evans atones or pulls him out of trouble with. Ndidi now for Leicester. Or Pereira, sorry, for Leicester. Now then, Maddison. Ndidi making a good forward burst. He's got 3 in the middle and hopes to run down a blind alley and concede a throw, or get a throw off Jordan Henderson rather. Better from Leicester. Dare I say it, almost back to their old selves. Still 1-0 to Liverpool. And Divock Origi is about to come on, the man who scored the decisive goal in the final of the European Cup final. As Alisson takes his royal time to get the ball out from under his feet, or from his hands, and kicks along off the floor. We've got a terrific game out there on the field tonight. Croye now, good ball, and here's Vardy on the end of it. Now then, what's he got in support? Needs to be a good cross now, looking for Maddison. On the left-hand side, Chilwell keeping in on the near. On the right-hand side, Chilwell keeping in on the left. 1-1-2 with Maddison. Now then, what about the cross? That to be a good one. Vardy goes in and turned away again. Not for the first time by Virgil van Dijk. And now Liverpool have a break on here, and it's Mo Salah through in the middle. Soyuncu with the defender in front of him, and Soyuncu stood his ground and blocked it superbly. And now Evans battles with Marnie on the far side. It's a corner, but well played, Soyuncu. With a couple of little battles there with Mo Salah when Salah's looked to really threaten here. Marnie leading the charge, went over halfway, put a lovely ball to Salah. You must be exhausted, JB. Well, my voice is anyway. 2 commentaries in a day. I think I need to lie down after this, you know. Well, it's Boxing Day. You, for your listeners, you deserve something special. Mo Salah's coming off here, and he's not happy, nodding his head off with disapproval. Keita's also coming off as well. It's a double substitution for Liverpool. So Naby Keita and a very disjointed and disappointed Mo Salah are both off. And Divock Origi and James Milner both get chances. Remember, they've got to play 3 games in a week. 4 if you include the FA Cup next week. So fitness has got to be the priority for Jurgen Klopp's men as they have to keep establishing the lead. At the moment stands at 13 points and the whistle's gone. Penalty! Hands, I think. And Jamie Vardy's furious. Soichu, the offender. It was a bit of a crousing. It looked innocuous from where I saw it. Michael Oliver has better eyes than I. Let's have a look at what happened. Oh, his arm's out, but was he down by his side? I think they'll appeal it. They'll obviously want to appeal this. VAR will be involved. Will it be referred to VAR? They'll review it, Leicester, that's for certain. And the penalty's given. Handball looks harsh to me, I have to say. And up until this point, he's had a super game as well at centre-back. Well, Liverpool now with 20 minutes to go have a golden opportunity to go 2-0 up. James Milner from 12 yards. Well, VAR do check everything, Russ, but I'm certain his arms was down by his side. It did look a harsh decision there against Soichi, but anyway. It did look innocuous from the naked eye, but never mind. It's a penalty now to Liverpool. 1-0 they lead. A chance now, as Corey says, what's the score? It could be 2-0 in a second here. James Milner against Kasper Schmeichel. Right foot. Milner runs up, hits it right footed, and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Liverpool go 2 ahead. And now, surely barring accidents, with 20 minutes to go, they're heading 13 points clear. Soichu's handball. It looked a harsh decision on the face of it. But Liverpool will not care one jot. And Brendan Rodgers' side are going to suffer 2 defeats in a week. And Glove Haters, they can't believe it. I have to say, it looked a harsh decision from the naked eye. Milner right foot goes central. The goalkeeper goes to his left. But he makes the wrong decision. Should have stayed central. It's Leicester City 0, Liverpool 2, live on the JB Clark YouTube channel. As things stand here at the moment, it's not good news for Leicester or for interested parties from the blue half of Manchester. Because the gap between Liverpool and Manchester City now will stand, I think, at 14 points. Well, his arm's down by his side. I mean, the referee should have gone to VAR. I think that would have been overturned unless he stuck it out that extra fraction. I'm not certain. It looks a harsh decision. But the referee must have been a better eyesight than I have. I've got 25 angles to look at it from. So has Paul Tierney. I'm surprised they didn't try to get that one looked at, I'm afraid. Free kick to Liverpool, and well, that's the thing gone from this game now. Frustrated Leicester City players. Yellow card given, foul there. Johnny Evans. And you can see, well, they feel a little bit injustice there. Evans knew what he was doing. Professional foul on Firmino. Firmino maybe more out of spite than frustration than anything else. 17.5 minutes left to play. Evans picks up his 4th booking this season. Leicester 0, Liverpool 2. That's the score, Chloe, now. And if you want to subscribe, Chloe, we'll be happy to have you. Free kick comes in now. As Liverpool look to kill it off with a third. Alexander-Arnold with a lovely cross stepped up there. And away by Maddison. What Leicester must not do is cave in and concede 3 or 4. They have to try and make it hard for Liverpool now and really play for some pride now. Even if 3 points have gone away from them tonight. If we can get one back, it will make a great finish. It's Liverpool in complete control. There's been a substitution for Leicester City meanwhile where all that was going on. Jose Perez has come on for Payet, or Pryor I should say. So Leicester may have had a change given now as Milner comes forward, the score of the second one. Here's Alexander-Arnold, low cross into the penalty area, meant for 3-0, Bobby Firmino. And that surely means 13 points clear for Liverpool now. And he celebrates with Jurgen Klopp. And Liverpool are going to remain unbeaten this season. 15 minutes, 16 minutes to play, and the Liverpool fans are going absolutely mad with glee. 2 goals for Firmino, 3 for Liverpool, and Leicester City have contributed to their own downfall here on this one. Lovely intricate football. Bobby Firmino involved at the start of the move. Continued there by Milner. Alexander-Arnold's low cross. Kane to Firmino. First touch to control it with his right foot, and then into the right-hand corner. Right-footed shot. Schmeichel going the opposite way to the ball. Simple, cool, as you like. 3-0 to Liverpool. Right up into that top right-hand corner. And half the goal was gaping for him. And surely now Liverpool are on their way to more points now. 13 points ahead of Leicester now as things stand at the moment. 14 ahead of City, who still to play tomorrow. They could still cut the gap to 11. But at the moment, there's just no stopping Liverpool. Champions of Europe, champions of the world. Who knows? Come May, champions of England. They've still got the FA Cup and the Champions League to go at as well in the second half of the season, and who knows what might happen. We're going to see Chowdhury now for Leicester. Off comes the disappointing James Maddison. And Hamza Chowdhury, a young lad come up from the youth system. Brendan Rodgers just consoling there Maddison, who wanted to do well today. That's going to be 2 devastating defeats for Leicester, who were on a good run until the Manchester City match at the Etihad last week. And Bobby Firmino, who's the only vote at the moment. Of course, JBMLTM is still in operation. You've got 14 minutes to vote. Bobby Firmino leading that vote as another header comes in, and that's on the roof of the net. Goal kick. Virgil van Dijk has levelled the count now in the vote for man of the match. He's had a super game tonight. He's made umpteen interceptions already in this second half, which is now inside the final quarter of an hour. We've had 76 minutes in the match, or 76 and a half minutes in the game. Well, can Leicester try and at least force it to a grandstand finish? I don't think they can win the game. I don't know if they can draw the game. But if they can come back and score a couple of goals, it might make it an interesting finish. But you have to say Liverpool's finishing tonight has been ruthless. They should have been 6 up at half-time, really, and that's no exaggeration of the truth. And here comes Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's after one as well! Right-footed! From the edge of the penalty area, right into the left corner! Liverpool are running riot! It's Leicester City now! It's Liverpool 4! Trent Alexander-Arnold! Come on! You may have heard it from Jordan Henderson! It's Liverpool again! They just look unstoppable! Wow! That is a terrific goal! And Leicester City don't know what's hit them. 3 goals in about 10 minutes. And Liverpool showing real championship quality. When everything's going for you, boy does it go for you. Mane with a ball out to the right hand side, edge of the area, what a shot into the left hand corner with his right foot. Well, I've seen him score free kicks in Champions League qualifiers before this, and they were good, but I don't think he's hit a ball sweetly than that. Trent Alexander-Arnold, a terrific goal. Oh, the fists are there from Jurgen Klopp. He knows he's given Brendan Rodgers a drubbing. And now they're singing to the tune of Jolly Good Fella to Trent Alexander-Arnold to acclaim him. 4-0 now. And there's still another 12 minutes, and there might be another one, but Soichu gets back there. But Leicester just haven't been good enough. I mean, the penalty really has decided it, although it did look a very harsh decision at the time. But having said all that, in a lot of ways, Leicester City have been the victims of their own downfall today. Perez has lost possession. There's a Liverpool player incidentally down there. Alexander-Arnold may well put it out, but Gini Ronaldo certainly will. And Alexander-Arnold in the end doesn't. It's the captain. And that does not look good. And that could be the blot on Liverpool's copybook with just over 10 minutes to go. Firmino, says Chloe. Chloe, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, love, and we're always happy to have females aboard on this channel. Female football fans are very much welcome. If you like football and you're a female, come aboard the JB Claret train. We'll always welcome everybody. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, whoever's on tonight, hit that notification bell if you want alerts, video alerts and stuff like that. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and would like to, hit that subscription button, please. And of course, it goes without saying, hit the notification bell. As Jordan Henderson is receiving treatment. So Bobby Firmino, 2 votes for him. Van Dijk with 1. Luke Keaton, as ever, keeping score. We've got 10 minutes to play. And Brody has gone to get himself a celebration, ready to recover. I have to say, let's hope that injury to Henderson is not as serious as it looks, because it does look as if it's a blot on the copybook. And look at that for statistics from Trent Alexander-Arnold. 2 assists, 1 goal, 2 shots. You can't get much better for a right back than that. What a goal. The man has come on leaps and bounds. I first commentated on him 24 months ago in a Champions League game in Germany, where he hit a magnificent 35-yard free kick to send Liverpool through to the group stages. It might have been 2 years ago, and he looked a player then. And since then, under Jurgen Klopp, he's come on completely leaps and bounds. The man is an absolute genius. Jordan Henderson's been substituted, precautionary measure. Adam Lallana is on in his place, and now the race will be on to get Jordan Henderson fit for the weekend. And of course, they've got that Merseyside Cup derby on the 4th against Everton, a game which you can possibly see. We'll let you know what games we'll be able to do and what we can't do. And I'm almost certain that might be one of the cup ties we earmarked for coverage. But the Liverpool fans are in good voice, in terrific song, and deservedly 4-0 up. And Firmino's on a hat-trick, of course, and he gets the ball out there, and here's Mane inside the area. Back to Firmino. Hat-trick hunting, of course. They've threatened to run riot tonight to Liverpool, and they've done just that easily. They should have done that early in the first half, but, well, you put things right in the second. And Chloe, well done to you, my love. You have subscribed. And if you haven't hit the notification bell, please hit the notifications. Attempts 2 to Leicester, none on target. Liverpool have had 15 attempts, on target 6. 4 goals scored from those 6. 75% accuracy. Here's Schmeichel. Trying to play out from the back now, Leicester. The game's lost for them now. It's a case of damage and limitations for them. And the King Power Stadium, which was alive with noise and vigour around an hour and a half ago in the build-up to this game, well, it's absolutely dead silent now, apart from 2,500 happy Scousers who are going to go back to the Merseyside with a deserved 3 points in their bag. And Soichi now going on a blundering run here, and it's got the Leicester fans up again. Here's Perez. It'll be no more than consolation, but Leicester having a go. They might as well, with 7 minutes to go, they might as well throw everything at it. Here's Vardy into the penalty area. Chance here for Jamie Vardy. Left foot shot into the side netting. And Leicester at least have managed a shot. That's their 3rd shot at goal, but none on target thus far. And Jamie Vardy still not near enough to register in his 18th goal of the season. Still stuck on 17 for the season. But he's had a good year goal scoring wise since Brendan Rodgers has come to the club. And I've no doubt he'll hit that 20 goal mark. If not before the new year, certainly in the new year. And maybe he was a bit premature to retire from England international duty, but maybe not being called up the England squad has done him a real favour, because it's helped him at last to get to this heady height to second. But they've been dealt 2 reality checks in the space of 5 days here. And here's Divock Origi running forward again into the penalty area. And don't forget to check out young New Caton's channel. He's really good, and I have to say his content is superb. And a real commentator in the future, in case I move on to something bigger, he could then replace me doing these sort of things. Wolves against Manchester City coming up. 7:45 kickoff tomorrow. Here's Ndidi for Leicester. 5.25 minutes left to play, plus stoppage time, and Leicester will be hoping that there isn't too much of that at the end of it, as Chilwell keeps it in on the near side. Did really well there, Ben Chilwell. It's been a real examination of Leicester's credentials here. There were people saying that they could win the title here, and Leicester, this was built up as a big game. I thought Leicester would play a lot better than what they have done. I have been really disappointed with them tonight. I felt at home they should have had a goal right at the start. Bobby Firmino still leading the Man of the Match award. You've just got under 5 minutes to fix the voting on that one to change it all. But I wouldn't be too surprised if Firmino won the vote, to be honest. 2 goals. Alexander Arnold. Nobody's voted for him tonight. Look at his statistics: 1 goal, 2 shots, both on target, and 2 assists as well. He's had a marvellous game. It's Liverpool again in possession, and Divock Origi, what a turn. My goodness, he's come on leaps and bounds undercut when he's needed to be. Obviously not the first choice, but when called upon, Divock Origi is always reliable, as we saw against Barcelona in that never to be forgotten semi-final last season in the European Cup. Leicester City ball, halfway line, 4 minutes to go. Leicester City 0. A rampant Liverpool, it sounds like, 4. And they'll come and let us adore him. Is the cry for the Liverpool fans. No league title, remember, since 1990 for Liverpool. Well, we've still got to go to Manchester City, of course, later on in the season. That'll be the biggest test for them this season. With all due respect to Leicester, we haven't really put much of a test up for them tonight. Liverpool have passed the test tonight with flag colours, although Leicester have really gifted them some silly goals. Although you have to say Alexander Arnold's goal was a joy to commentate on. He's had a marvellous game. 660 subscribers. The television man of the match has gone to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and at the moment our man of the match is going to Bobby Firmino. 2 votes to 1 in their favour. He's had a marvellous game, but so too is Trent Alexander-Arnold. A word for him as well. And if I was listening in, I'd have probably chosen him, although Bobby Firmino would have won in cause. But I think because of the 2 goals, I think it's been Bobby Firmino's afternoon. But you can still vote for Trent. There's still another 2 minutes or so of the vote left. And it's champagne football here from Liverpool. But I'm very disappointed with Leicester. I really felt they could have put up a better display than what they produced. But you have to say, Liverpool will be winners. And dare I say it at this stage, I mean, Fred Junt, the bookmaker, has suspended all bets on Liverpool becoming champions. He's paid out early. A bit like 1997-98 when Manchester United were about 13 points clear at one stage and paid out United to win. And what a fool he became, because Arsenal came back from the dead and won the championship with 2 games to spare, when they beat Everton in that game at Highbury, which won them the league. The first time since 1991 at that stage. And surely the way Liverpool are playing at the moment, they're a team full of confidence, a team full of ideas, a team full of everything, and they're on for a clean sheet as well. perfect away performance. This is Jose Perez. Signing for goals from Newcastle. This is Johnny Evans, who put in a masterful defensive display in the first half. Totally destroyed you, but their frustrations are boiled over, and it's shown. Chowdhury trying to get Leicester going again. Chilwell, the England left back, into Tillemans, who hasn't really had his influence or his say on things tonight, as he usually does in any other game. Looked to fade away against Manchester City, I remember. This is Chowdhury again, the afro-haired player from Leicester City. Come through the youth ranks here. Local lad, of course. 15 seconds of normal time to go. And we'll get the stoppage time in a second or two. And we'll announce man of the match in just a second or two. 5 seconds of normal time to go. And our fourth official, Craig Pawson, will surely show us how long there is left to go. I think it's 3 added minutes, so 3 added minutes at the end of the game. And the voting for man of the match is closed, and because of Newcastle and Chloe voting for Bobby Firmino, he nicks the award for Virgil van Dijk. But a quick word for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's been voted the television man of the match. He's put on a superb performance as well. And as you can hear, as Alexander-Arnold gets possession of the ball, "You never walk alone" is being sung around away to my right hand side. 3,000 Liverpool fans enjoying their trip down to the Midlands on Boxing Day. Well worth the money and the travelling time for. This is Mossy listening from the Philippines, and if Sue Edges is listening, a big Liverpool fan, Sue, I think the lads have done you proud tonight. The Liverpool fans, the Liverpool players have done your type. The Liverpool side have done you proud tonight. They played magnificent champagne football. It's been all out football now. 2 minutes of stoppage time left to play. I should also stress it's a minimum of 3 minutes, so just to just put a seal on it. This is Mossy as we subscribe. Thank you very much. Good night, Newcastle. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Jordan Henderson's got a nice buck on his left leg. Or right leg, I should say. Let's hope it's just a precautionary measure from Liverpool's point of view, because they've got some big games coming up, as I say. None more so than that third round FA Cup game in just over a week's time. A week on Sunday against Everton. And Anfield, what a game that really does promise to be. 70 seconds to go of the stoppage time. A minimum of 3 was shown by Craig Pawson. We're now approaching the final one of those potentially minimum minutes. Leicester a well beaten side, but in possession with Ndidi. Now Vardy looking for Tillemans. Still not giving up until the last, but a big reality check in those last 2 games for Brendan Rodgers' Chargers. But they're still trying to play some good stuff now in this remaining time that remains. Old Brighton winning the throw in off Robertson, but Liverpool very ruthless. And Brendan Rodgers knows, being an ex-Liverpool man, he will coach some of these players before. Well, the Leicester fans shouldn't be too downhearted. It's just not been their team's night today. It's probably the worst performance of the season. They've had to choose it for a big game. Chowdhury goes down on the edge of the area and goes down again, but it's a 3 kick. And in fact, the referee has blown 10 seconds from the end of the 3 minutes. I think just to praise it, it put Leicester out of their misery more than anything else. So a 4-star performance, not the 5-star, but 2 goals for Bobby Firmino. James Milner scoring from the penalty spot, and then the 4th goal, the icing on the cherry on the cake, a 20-yard thunderbolt, the right footed to the left corner from Trent Alexander-Arnold, has decided things here on a momentous evening here for Liverpool. Leicester just weren't in it really right from the word go. Jurgen Klopp will be a happy man, but he'll be focusing on that potential injury for Jordan Henderson. Hopefully that's not too serious for the Liverpool skipper, and they'll be hoping it's a precautionary measure. Jamie Vardy just didn't get a kick. Unless he's off to a panto in Yorkshire, and then for a meal with family. Apologies for Gary Logan as well. We're hoping if we get any interviews, we're going to be on air for another 5 or 10 minutes or so. And hopefully we'll get here something. Gabriel Clark is the reporter down there. And we'll try and get to one or two of the main protagonists if we can before we leave you in about 5 or 10 minutes time. I think I need to lie down after all that action. Jurgen Klopp now taking the applause of his supporters. It's been an amazing performance from Leicester, from Liverpool from start to finish tonight. They were fantastic. They were brilliant right from the word go. And they looked really good. Good night to New Caton. Good night to everyone and all the moderators. And I have to say, Liverpool have been amazing tonight. They've shown everyone now in the country that they can play football. They've been there or thereabouts for 2 years. Now, as they turn into the new year, they're 13 points ahead, and already Leicester City ground staff have got the lawnmowers out, and Liverpool haven't left the field yet. And their fans absolutely buzzing at the moment. They know it's a lead. They're also 14 points above Manchester City, who are lying firm but have that game in hand. So if Manchester City win across in the West Midlands tomorrow at Wolves, then the gap would be down to 11 points. But the way Liverpool are going at the moment, it's hard to see where they're going to lose at the moment. I think the only way they could probably not win is at Manchester City, because I'll tell you what, Manchester City will be the toughest test they'll get in the second half of the season. Maybe going to Spurs and to one or two other places. There will be tests on the way. But at the moment, there's just no stopping Liverpool. And the way they've been playing at the moment, Jurgen Klopp, he knows. He's won a domestic title before in his days at Borussia Dortmund. Back in 2012, he did the German League and Cup double. Of course, he won the German Cup as well. This man is good for English football. Whether you like him or whether you love him, he's a magnificent advert for British football, Jurgen Klopp. I think Britain's probably most famous German, up there with a certain Boris Becker. We're going to have an interview now, I think, with James Milner. I think Gabriel Clark is lining up for interviews. Some of the Leicester fans, in fairness, supporting Liverpool off the field, although one or two glove faces there. It's been a chasing in night for Leicester City. We'll get that interview with Gabriel Clark, and then we'll wrap up tonight. And what a day in the Premier League it is for certain. So Liverpool 13 points clear at the top of the league as Jurgen Klopp leaves the scene here, the stage at the King Power Stadium. Liverpool in complete control of their own destiny. Dare I say it, probably champions elect. Bobby Firmino with 2 goals. Our man in the match. But it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who's got the television award, and I think they're waiting. I think him and James Milner, are waiting to speak. So here are the results from today. Tottenham 2, Brighton 1, Aston Villa 1, Norwich 0, Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0, Southampton 2, Palace 2, West Ham 1. Our first game featured Everton and Burnley 1-0 to Everton, Sheffield United 1, Watford 1, Manchester United 4, Newcastle 1, and Leicester City 0, Liverpool 4. Tomorrow it's Wolves against Manchester City. And match of the day on BBC One at 10:20. Of course, we'll have highlights with Mr. Lineker, who might not be a happy man at the moment. And then more football coming up in a couple of days. The majority of the teams will play on Saturday as well. So, including Burnley and Manchester United, are meeting a late kick-off as well. Both teams had a different one. Burnley lost very narrowly. United in a very destructive mode against Newcastle. 4-1 winners there. And of course, Wolves, Manchester City. That's a 7:45 kickoff, not 7 o'clock as Amazon are actually wanted it to be. And of course, don't forget, if you subscribe to Amazon Prime, there are some wonderful programs as well as the football you can flip over, like the Grand Tour, for example, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second or two. We're just waiting for Gabriel Clark as well. The Premier League table, self-explanatory. Liverpool top by 13 points from Leicester, 14 ahead of Manchester City. I don't need to say more than that. Don't forget Jeremy Clarkson, James May and Richard Hammond. Grand Tour on Amazon Prime now. Seaman, one of their Grand Tour specials. It's not done in the conventional way that they usually do these specials with cars. It's with boats. And that's all I'm saying. But what I can say is it's a really good watch, and I suggest you give it a try with James May, Richard Hammond, and of course the one and only Jeremy Clarkson. Seaman, a Grand Tour original, and of course another good program on Amazon Prime, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, is also available now. So if you have Amazon Prime Video, you can give that a watch right away. And there's some really good stuff you can watch on Amazon Prime. Of course, the first 3 series of the Grand Tour, behind the scenes at Manchester City, behind the scenes at Leeds United, of course, in their documentary. So much a rich array of talent, and also great shows and movies for your watching budget. And it's all for $7.99 a month, Amazon Prime. But this is free to subscribe, and you get your commentaries for free on this channel. Liverpool running right, 2 goals for Firmino, one for Milner from a penalty, and of course Trent Alexander-Arnold, the icing on the cherry on the cake. We're going to just continue. We will get interviews shortly. They've just gone to an ad break on TV, but I can tell you that sorry, just finishing off a coffee now. I need that caffeine fix. We'll be with you for the next 4 or 5 minutes here. As soon as we get an interview with there was certainly interviews being lined up with Gabriel Clark. As soon as we know they're being played, we'll play them to you live here on this channel, and then we'll wrap up what's been an unbelievable day of Boxing Day football. Our coverage started earlier tonight with earlier this afternoon with my club Burnley in action against Everton, and we were probably robbed by a couple of very iffy refereeing decisions right on the end of half time. Burnley had a corner, we deservedly won, by the way. There was a bit of a debate whether that came off Mina or not. He was frustrated, and then as soon as Burnley were about to take the corner, referee Anthony Taylor blew for half time, bolted for half time, and cue scenes of frustration from Burnley players who were absolutely incandescent with rage, and quite rightly so, because they should have been allowed to take the set piece. I've seen other teams against Burnley been allowed extra time to take set pieces after the 2 minutes had been played. Arsenal a couple of years ago being a case in point. And then there was a controversy with Jordan Pickford when he handled the ball clearly outside the penalty area. I think he should have been sent off. It should have been a red card, definitely free kick it was, which was rightly given. But I think Taylor again made another bad error and not sent off the England #1. But that does not detract from the fact that Calvert-Lewin scored a very excellent headed goal to give Everton the lead, and in fact they deserved to win on the balance of play when you looked at it logically over the course of 90 minutes. There was also, as I said, there were wins from Manchester United, there was a draw for Sheffield United. Watford have taken 4 points from 2 games under Nigel Pearson. It's the great escape on. Remember 2015 with Leicester? When Leicester at this stage of the season looked dead and completely buried. Well, Nigel Pearson has certainly got them moving again in the right direction. Watford in 4 points from 2 games. A great draw at Sheffield United against Chris Wilder's men, who are having a magnificent season themselves. That is for certain. Bournemouth getting a creditable 1-1 draw with Arsenal. Spurs beating Brighton in the early game, which seems a lifetime ago. They kicked off at 12:30 earlier this lunchtime, as Trent Alexander-Arnold claims he was one of the goal scorers. I think we're going to get interviews now before we leave you here at the King Power, but they're going straight into the television studio, I think. Are they going to go straight to it? Yes, we're going to hear from them now. It's James Milner and Trent Alexander-Arnold with Gabriel Clark.
Second in the table, is that the performance of the season so far?
Yeah, we played really good football, especially after all the travelling that we've done, the intense period that we've had. So you put all that into account, then yeah, it probably is our best performance of the season. We've controlled the game for most parts. They never really had too many clear-cut chances, so we're happy with the clean sheet, and to get 4 goals at a place like this is something to be proud of.
James, tactically, what was key tonight? Because Leicester couldn't really get going.
Yeah, I think it was important we started well. We knew they'd be fired up. I think we stopped them playing, defended well, and you know, sometimes maybe that last ball first half we had good chances and maybe we weren't as clinical as we could have been, so we could have had more, but it was a great performance. Obviously they've defended really well all season, so to get the amount of goals they did was pleasing, and a good solid performance.
Is that the first time you've taken a penalty with your first touch?
I'd have thought so, yeah. It was a new experience, but yeah, it was a big one. Obviously with the game we'd had a few chances, and you know they're always dangerous, so it's nice to put it in, and then obviously some great goals after that, mostly down the right side of this guy.
Well, 2 assists, but I assume we know what the highlight was tonight for you, the goal.
Yeah, obviously I don't get on the score sheet too often, so yeah, good counter attack. I've seen the space. Sadio's played a lovely ball, and I thought hit it first time. Yeah, so yeah, good to obviously get the goal, but the 3 points is what we came here for, and we're made up to have them.
And what sort of statement is this now? 13 points ahead at the top. Clearly much further, I would think, than you imagine you would be at this period.
Yeah, obviously you don't really think you're going to be 13 points ahead, but we're happy to be in this position. Obviously we're not going to take it for granted, and we know that the season's not over. We're still not even halfway through the season, so it's keep going. Obviously try and push that advantage to the most that we can, because you see in the Premier League with results every week that anything can happen.
But we've also seen, James, tonight the reception you've got from your fans. Is this, do you sense, maybe a defining night for the title?
It's one of many successful nights we've had so far this season, but that's the key. Like Trent said, we're not even halfway. So much can change, so much can happen. The strength of this team is that we take it one game at a time and keep pushing, and we know what the Premier League's like Trent says. We know what's coming, a few injuries here and there already. It's a tough period. We've just got to keep going, keep recovering, and stay focused on the next game, and that's a big strength of this squad.
And what did you make of his performance? Because I'll give you that to present the man of the match award to Trent tonight as well.
He's getting better all the time. He's still a young lad, but you know he's unbelievable, and there's plenty more to come. I'm sure that will be on him to keep improving. Well done, mate.
James, thank you very much.
Yes, that was the television man of the match, and James Milner there talking with Amazon Prime and ITV's Gabriel Clark. But here on the JB Clark YouTube channel, you voted for Bobby Firmino to win our man of the match award, and he's our man of the match tonight as well. A great performance from Liverpool, but as Trent Alexander-Arnold has quite rightly said, there's still a long way to go in this title race, and who knows what might happen. 2 hours ago, just over 2 hours ago, when we started the game, the King Power was buzzing. Now you could hardly hear a pin drop. Gone a pyrotechnics in the atmosphere, and now it's just quietness and just noise of lawnmowers mowing away in the background. But it's been a disappointing night for Leicester City, but for Liverpool, 13 points clear. Manchester City, remember, having a game in hand, but if they lose to Wolves, boy, will Liverpool will have had a great Christmas and a half. Champions of the world, champions of Europe. But will they be champions of England come May? Well, they've certainly put themselves in a great position to do so. 2 goals from Bobby Firmino, a penalty from James Milner, and then a 20-yard thunderbolt with his right foot into the left corner from Trent Alexander-Arnold has given Liverpool 4 goals and 3 points and a 13-point gap to Leicester City, and a 14-point gap which could be reduced to 11 tomorrow night if Wolves are beaten by Manchester City. It's been a terrific day of football on the JB Clark YouTube channel. It keeps on coming. Have a fantastic rest of your Boxing Day. But for me, JB, I'm off to the hotel to have a lie down. Take care. Good night. With Liverpool winning 4-0 handsomely and going 13 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Thank you to everyone for listening. And I'm off now to a well-deserved rest. Good night.